Good evening. Thank you ladies for coming out this evening. I hope you're ready for a special treat. Tonight I'm going to show you how to make a delicious pie out of the Jell-O Temptations mousse dessert mix. We're going to start with the crust, which is the Oreo cookie crust, already made. Super easy. And the bottom is going to be the filling mix from the Temptations box. You mix the filling with 1 cup of milk. Sorry, make that 2 cups. 2 cups of milk. And you want to whisk this for about 2 minutes till it gets nice and thick, and you can pour it right into your pie crust. Because we're using a full package of decadent desserts, and we also have another filling in the back that I prepared earlier, we're going to use 2 pie shells. One of the reasons I really like this particular dessert is because it makes about 12 servings in less than 10 minutes. So it's great when you're having a big dinner party, or if you just want to have a snack in the refrigerator for the kids when they come home from school. So we're going to keep this going, and in the meantime, I'm going to start over here on the mousse mix, which requires another cup of milk. And this also has to be mixed, but this one you want to use an electric mixer for. So get that going. And would like to come over and help me. Just keep that mixing. Make sure while you're mixing the mousse, you take time to scrape the sides. You want to make sure you get all the filling inside that mixture. Watch out for that big cloud of chocolate dust that rises from the bowl. If you don't like chocolate, there are other desserts you can use the same thing for. There is a Oreo cookies and cream that makes a great pie. There's also a cheesecake filling that you can use. In our family, we like a lot of chocolate. How's your mix coming? All right. Yep. Mm-hmm. We're going to keep that going over here. You want to make sure that you use half of your mixture in each pie crust so that you have enough to fill up both pies. With the bottom mix, you just want to use enough to cover the bottom of the shell. You'll see there's a little bit of a line here inside the pie plate. You just want enough to cover it and reach out to that line, because this is really just going to be the bottom layer. This is the richest layer, so it's also going to be the thinnest. Okay. Get that nice and spread out evenly. Put that across the bottom. Again, all of these things that we're using are all instant pudding pie mixes that just come right in your Jell-O and pudding section of your grocery store. This middle mixture here that we're going to use does have to be whipped with an electric mixer, so I went ahead and prepared this a little bit earlier. This is 2 packages of Jell-O instant pudding. I used a chocolate and a cheesecake, and it's also got the Dream Whip pudding and pie or whip topping mixture in it. All you do for this is follow the directions on the back of the box. And in this case, you only use 1 envelope of the Dream Whip, but you still use 2 of the pudding boxes. So this is going to be our middle layer. And again, this takes about 8 minutes to mix up in your electric mixer on high speed. So you definitely want to make this mixture first, even though it's going in the middle because it takes longer. Thank you, Amanda, for your help. You can have a seat. Appreciate it. You're welcome. And get those nice and level. Again, make sure when you're filling up your pie plate, you only do about half the mix and you save enough to do your second pie. You don't want to have one pie that's oozing with filling out the sides and the other one that doesn't even come up to the top. So get that all mixed in there. Spread that nice and evenly. If you've got any extra left and you want to put it back in the first pie plate, feel free to do so. I first started making this pie about a year ago after going to a restaurant that served what they called mile-high chocolate pie. And I'm going to use this same spatula here. It was a really good pie, but it was very expensive and took a long time to make. So my children and I decided we would invent our own mile-high chocolate pie. And even though it's not as tall, it does have 3 layers of filling and that good cookie crust. So this little mousse split mixture you spread right on top. You don't need to push it all the way out to the edges. It's just supposed to be like a nice garnish across the top here. After you get them all filled up, you stick it in your refrigerator. And really needs to set for about 4 hours or so. But because you guys have been such a wonderful patient audience, we're actually going to cut into one of these pies tonight. So, hope you guys are ready for some pie.
Yeah!
Woo! Yeah! Woo!